So make sure when we're doing these exercises that you have something sturdy to hold on to. I've got my chair here, that you're wearing appropriate footwear, and then you're not wearing socks and you're not going to slip. If you feel unsteady or uncomfortable with anything we're about to do, oh, lovely. I can see everyone and their videos. Hello. Yay. So if you feel unsteady with anything, you can always modify. I have my chair. I'm going to be doing everything standing, but if you want to do anything sitting, that's totally fine. To do anything that I'm doing in a sitting position, and just make sure you're doing everything safely. These are all meant to be suggestions and for exercises, but again, it's not like a medical personalized recommendation. So it's always best to check in with a physical therapist or a doctor before starting something new. So, on that note, let's get going with our exercise. We're going to start with a warm up because we've just been sitting down. We're going to start with some big arm circles. Let's go 5 big arm circles each direction. Reach up to the sky as high as you can and back down. If you have any shoulder or arm pain with this, you can always make them smaller arm circles or even shoulder blade circles. And then let's go the other direction. I love today how I can see like everyone exercising. Last time it was just a couple of you, and today it's a full screen of exercisers. I love it. Big circle. Great. I hope that feels good. Now we're going to stretch and lengthen through the sides of our waist. You're going to take one arm up and stretch over to try and lengthen the side of your waist. Let's take a couple of breaths here. Great. And let's do the other side. So reach up and big stretch through your side and over. We want to lengthen those spines. So often we end up kind of like in this position when we're sitting all day, which a lot of us do. It's the 21st century. So we're trying to lengthen everything and grow tall through our spine. Perfect. You can take a chair to balance on. I'm going to turn my chair over here. And we're going to reach one leg behind and stretch through the front of our hips. Also a common place to get tight throughout the day if we're spending a lot of time sitting. So a big stretch through the front. When we're doing stretches, we're aiming to hold the stretch for about 20 or 30 or so seconds. It shouldn't feel like a pain, just like a little bit of a pull. And then if you want to add a little arm lift, you can add an arm lift as well to lengthen that whole side of your waist. And let's do the other side. So this time I'm going to turn around. I'm not going to use my chair as much for balance, but you can feel free to do that. So you reach 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, and come forward and open up through the front of your other hip now. Get that nice stretch through the front of your hip. After all that sitting, we get so tight. And get a big stretch here. This one can be done sitting as well. If you have a chair, you can put 1 foot out to the side and reach your leg back. That's another way to get the stretches. You can kind of do it. It's kind of like chair yoga. You can do this as kind of like a modified warrior pose in chair yoga. Let's get the backs of our thighs. Again, we can do it sitting. You can put 1 foot forward, lift your chest up, and hinge forward from your hips to get the stretch through the back of your thigh. You can also do this one standing. So you hold on, put 1 foot forward, lift your chest, hinge forward from your hips, and get that nice stretch through the back of your thigh. Good. And we will do the other side too. So getting a nice big hamstring stretch here. They get pretty tight when we're sitting. Try not to let yourself fall forward like this. Imagine you got high beams coming out of your sternum and you're lifting your high beams and shining up. Don't let them go down. It's not fog lights. You want to be lifted up. Nice long spine. Great. Good. So your shoulders and hips and spine should be a little bit looser. Let's do some ankle circles. Ankles are really important for balance. So let's do like 5 circles one way. And we'll do some circles the other direction, 5 each way. And we'll do the other side. Circle clockwise. Oops, I'm going counterclockwise. And then we go the other way. Great. If you feel stiff or in pain with any of those exercises, that could be a sign that you could talk to a physical therapist about that as well, because these are all important joints for maintaining our balance. Let's move on to doing some strength now that we're a bit warm. We're gonna start with some squats, my favorite exercise. So you can start sitting. Ideally, you're not using your hands, you're just using your legs to push up, but we're gonna try and stand up and then sit back down again. If you need your hands, that's fine, but we're gonna try to go for 5 squats, no hands. You got 2. If you wanna take a weight in your hand, take a weight in your hand to increase the challenge. If you wanna decrease the challenge, if it's a little bit hard to go all the way, you can always hold on to your chair and do a mini squat. That's another option for you as well. All right, so we've done 5. If you're feeling good, let's do a bonus 5. All right, ready? 1, 2. I love seeing all the heads bobbing up and down. 3, 4, and we're trying to land really softly. 5, no thumping down your butt. That doesn't mean, means you're a little bit less stable if you're falling down. Amazing, 10 squats, that's great. Let's move on up. We're gonna do the rest of them standing. We're gonna do some calf raises. So we're gonna go 10 times up onto our tippy toes and then back down. All the way up as high as you can and back down. If standing and doing this is hard, you can always do this sitting down at your chair as well. But for now, we're gonna try to do everything standing. If you wanna hold on for balance, go for it. If you can do this one, I would actually prefer you hold on because it's not meant to be a balance exercise. It's meant to be a strength exercise. And if you're worried about your balance, you're not gonna get the best benefit for strength. So I always say hold on for this one. This is 9 and 10. Amazing. And now we're going to go the other way. So you're going to lift your toes 10 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. My toes aren't very flexible, so I don't go very high. 9, 10. If your toes aren't very flexible, that's okay. Or if your ankles aren't very flexible. Let's get our hips from the front. We're going to lift our knees high for a 1. 2, you can hold on for balance, or if you want to challenge your balance, you can hold your hands in front of you. We go 5. Great. You can sit for this one as well if you want. I've lost count. How many? Who knows where we're at? I think we're at about 10. We're at almost 10 now. Let's give 2 more bonus rounds. Let's call that one 10. Sorry, I lost count while I was chatting with you. Good. All right. So we've got our hips going. Let's do a little bit more thigh strength because that's one of the best things that we can do is strengthening the front of our thighs. We're going to do some reverse lunges. You can hold on to a chair if you want for balance, and we're going to step behind and lunge down. Okay, reach one leg back, lunge down. You can go as deep or as shallow as you feel comfortable going with this one, okay? This is a great one if you find yourself on the floor. I'm just going to demonstrate, but if you're on the floor, to get yourself back up off of the floor. So you should feel the thighs working for this one. Great. Wonderful. You all look great doing your lunges. Perfect. All right, I'm going to get an exercise band. We're going to do some upper back exercises. Do you all have exercise bands? If you don't, that's fine. Oh, perfect. I see some bands. This is great. If you don't have a band, you can just squeeze your shoulder blades. But we talked about spinal health. If you find yourself slouching forward, we want to strengthen the upper back. So you're going to take your exercise band and pull out. Big squeeze of your shoulder blades. And out. If it's hard to do it at chest height where I am, you can always do it lower at like hip height or belly button height. That's fine. But we're going to try and do 10 big squeezes. Amazing. Let's go for 3, 2, and 1. Great job, guys. So that was one set of exercises. We did about 10 repetitions. So as per the guidelines, we had talked about doing 2 to 3 sets of somewhere between 8 and 12 repetitions of exercises. So we have time to do one set today, but feel free to do a second and third set later after this call, okay? All right, my band is back. We're going to finish up talking about some balance exercises. So I want to bring your attention to your feet. So we're going to stand. You can sit for this one if you want, but standing will be better if you can. And I just want you to start shifting your weight from your left foot to your right foot. And I want you to notice, do you tend to spend more time on one foot or the other? And I want you to just pay attention to what the ground feels like under your feet. Do you feel it? If you're having issues with sensation on the bottom of your feet, this is something you could talk to your doctor or podiatrist or physical therapist about. Okay, and I want you to try and shift your weight now forwards onto your toes so you can pitter patter your heels, and then backwards onto your heels so you can pitter pat your toes. And you're just going to shift forward and back a few times and just notice what the ground feels like. Notice what your feet are doing. Are your toes gripping? Are they curl? Are your toes crunching under and curling under to hold your balance? Or are you able to keep your toes kind of long and splayed? And it will be different if you're wearing shoes, but maybe if you can't do some of that, maybe your shoes might be tight or big. So now we felt your feet. Let's just try and find a nice grounded center position where your weight is evenly distributed between your left and your right foot and evenly distributed between the front and the back of your feet. And we're going to try and stand with our feet together. Okay. First thing we're going to do, we're going to try and stand hands free. So you can have your hands here or at your sides. Have something near if you need to. I'm going to be demonstrating a few different ways to just practice holding your balance. So, step one, eyes are open. Okay, everyone looks like they're doing really great with this. If you feel like you're swaying left and right, are you swaying to one direction? Are you swaying forward or always to the left? Just pay attention to how your body is swaying. It's fine if your feet are wobbling a little bit. That's normal. Your feet are adapting to the surface. Now, what we're going to do, and absolutely make sure you have something here with you, I want you to try closing your eyes. Only do this if you feel comfortable. If you feel uncomfortable, you can do it sitting or just making sure your hand's on something. What does it feel like when you close your eyes? Do you sway more? Are you swaying forward? Are you swaying backwards, side to side? This is what happens when your visual system is taken away. So you're relying more on your vestibular system of your inner ears and your proprioceptive system. So all of the joints in your body are telling you where you are. Wonderful. Cool. So it's often more challenging to balance with your eyes closed. So open back up again. That's great. Um, we talked about the vestibular system. We talked about the challenges sometimes of crossing the street. What does it feel like to stand and look left and look right and left and right? This is what we often have to do when we're crossing the street, right? Can you join me? Standing, looking left and right. I'm just taking a peek at you all. This looks great. So notice if this is challenging your balance or if you start to feel dizzy, this would be something, again, if you're getting dizzy, feeling here unsteady, talk to a healthcare provider about this, okay? We can also practice looking up and down and up and down. This is like looking at what's in front of you. I live in New York City. The streets are kind of rough and uneven. There's like dog poos on the street that we have to deal with. There's lots of times that we have to look down to make sure we're not going to trip on something. So making sure that you can look down without losing your balance forward and look back up again without shifting your balance back. If you have issues with any of these side to side or up and down motions, it could be an issue with your vestibular system. You could have some stiffness in your neck. Sometimes that can affect your balance. But again, I want to give you the tools and the information about your own bodies to go back to your doctors or your physical therapist with to say, hey, I had trouble with this. Can you help me? Okay. I think we have enough time to do one thing that I really wanted to do. It's tricky. This is called dual tasking. So I don't know if you've noticed, but sometimes it can be hard to go out with your friends or like carry groceries or carry on a conversation and keep your balance. I have heard anecdotally a lot of people have trouble with that. And studies have shown that doing dual tasking, AKA a cognitive or like brain kind of challenge, kind of like something like this, while holding your balance can actually help improve your balance and reduce your risk of falls. So I tried this last night with my husband. It was tricky. I want to try it with you guys today. So we're going to start by marching on the spot. All right. So join me. I have something here. And I want you to try to spell the word balance backwards. Okay. While marching on the spot, keep up the pace. So I'm going to give it a try. We got E, C, N, A, L, A, B, I think, right? Did I get it right? think the spelling sometimes hard, but it can sometimes when you're doing something like a spelling problem backwards or a math problem, like what is 4 times 6? And trying to think about that or count backwards by a 7 from 93. Like those kinds of dual tasking challenges, or like something like bouncing a ball while holding your balance. Those are all really challenging things to have your brain occupied doing something and your body is working on the task of keeping you upright and keeping you steady. So, thank you for trying that dual tasking with me. Um, as I said, the studies have shown that it's pretty effective at helping reduce falls risk. So, that's something that you can also practice.